You saw it. I know you saw it. Here is me showing the most feared entity in existence. What do you think it is? Well, if you saw it, you know what it is. But for those that do not know, I will let your imagination run wild by imagining the two most feared and cult-like entities in existence in different games. First you have the Necromancer, which is clearly superior to the Overlord, and it has the cult following that it may or may not deserve due to this 100% fact. And then there's the Super Heir, the petal that everyone should fear, and if you don't, that would be the biggest mistake of your life. Even this player trembles in fear. Now what happens when you combine the two of them together? You will get death personified. You get this. Now this is the true embodiment of fear. You see now why I said fear the Super Heir? Because you can use it onto the Necromancer to make it the most feared entity to ever exist. You thought a psychologically damaging video such as this will torment you for life? Nah. Because I have found something even more terrifying. And this will haunt you even more. Overlord will never have a chance. What would we even call it? The Super Necromancer? The Supermancer? The Aeromancer? The Super Aeromancer? Have I finally become Death, Destroyer of Worlds? That may be too far. But all that does is show how much fear this can strike into everyone's heart and soul, and brainwashing their brains until they finally succumb to the Super Aeromancer. Aeromancer? Aeromancer. Whatever, it has a good name, okay? You are given extra points if you play Deapil's green team, because the colour of this green is similar to the colour of the Super Heir. So maybe, just maybe, I was playing it all along after all of these years, the Super Aeromancer. Perhaps we have feared the Super Heir for longer than we think. And when you consider both of these games were made by the same developer, and both of them have a very similar shade of green, it all starts to make sense. Coincidence? Absolutely not. This was all part of the plan of the developer to release the Super Heir into the world and strike fear into everyone's hearts. Now, is the Super Heir superior to Necromancer, or is Necromancer superior to Heir? Why should we answer this when both of them can work together to eliminate all evil? But what is the floreal version of the Overlord? Stinger? I mean, Mythic has 3 and Ultra has 5 petals, so that's as close as Overlord as we get. Or maybe it's the Ant Egg. 1 petal spawns 4 of them at once, just like an Overlord spawns 4 drones at once. I think that's the real contender, and we all know what egg users are like. So I will say that the Ant Egg is the perfect representation of the Overlord, and the Super Heir must eliminate them all, because as you know, you fear the Super Heir, and with Necromancer by its side, both Overlord and the Ant Egg will never prevail. Even if the Overlord and the Ant Egg work together, they will still not prevail. So let me tell you this. This was all a setup to make Necromancer the most powerful force in existence. I see right through the developer's tricks. This was perfectly calculated. I'm onto you. Even if you do not agree with the Super Heir, you can still use the Common Heir. Both are just as powerful, but I will say that the Super Heir is the most powerful, and for maximum efficiency, Super Heir and Necromancer is the choice. So to all of you Overlord and Ant Egg users, you have been warned, because the true embodiment of fear will tremble before you and strike into your heart and into your soul until there is none of you left, and then we will finally prove who is the most superior between the Necromancer and the Overlord, the Heir and the Ant Egg. Witness this, and you will never exist again. I nearly died.